What's up, good people? It's the Truth Is podcast. And today's topic is what stops people from dreaming? What stops them for their dreams? Do if you're a person that has not fulfilled your dreams, why? Could it be because you had children? Maybe because you got into a particular relationship, a particular marriage, or whatever. So, what do you think stops people from their dreams? Let's set this episode off with Sonia.
I believe sometimes people don't go after their dreams because they put other people first and they support and back other people's dreams. And then before you know it, time has gone past and you kind of forgot about yourself. And then when you decide like, hey, I want to do this, now you got to try to figure out how you're incorporating, if you're married, if you have children, all that, into what you want to do. So I think a lot of time people don't follow their dreams is because they're too busy pushing other people's dreams, or they don't really believe in themselves. That's what I think. What do you think, Anita?
Well, I can only speak for myself and my experience and what happened to me. I know for me, I lost myself in my world. It was my world, but I lost myself in it. And we're talking about starting from when I was young compared to where I am right now in life. I lost myself. So I was a teen mother. So I lost myself in raising my son. When I finally got the hang of raising my son, graduating from high school, starting college, working and trying to make it happen, then I ran into my grandmother, sick unto death. Had to move in with her. So I lost myself with being a caregiver to her. And then after that, okay, here I am. Here I go again, trying to make my dreams come true. Then something else happens. I get caught up in a relationship. I end up getting married. I have another child. Life took place.
Yeah.
And I lost myself in taking care of my family.
So is it fair to say that you really, really never gotten the opportunity to know who you are?
Absolutely.
So at this point, do you know who you are?
No.
So you're still trying to figure it out.
Well, at this point, again, life happened again.
Right.
So I never pictured myself at this stage in my life being a single person.
Yeah.
I never in my life thought that I would end up divorced. I never thought that I would end up single again.
Right.
I did it, and it was for life for me.
Right.
And so therefore, I lost myself in tending to them, and so now that I am alone, it's like, oh shoot, who am I if I'm not my kid's mother? Who am I if I'm not his wife?
Right.
And I was very close to my mother-in-law. Who am I if I'm not her daughter?
Right.
And now, my kids are still here. The ex is there,
right.
But we ain't together, obviously. And my kids,
they're going on with their dreams and their lives.
Yeah, they're going on with their dreams.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, it can't be the same dream I had as a child.
Right.
I'm older now, so some of those things.
Well, it could be.
Some of it, not everything. I
yeah.
can't, at my age, I can't, if I wanted to be a dancer, I can't be a dancer now.
What kind of dancer?
I can still,
You still be dancing, Anita.
I'll be trying it. I'll be trying it. But, at this stage, it's like, okay, what do I want to do now? Some of my dreams that I had when I was younger, some of those I could still accomplish now.
Yes.
It's not too late.
Right.
But it's just a matter of, getting my mindset.
Yeah.
Because really, I want to go back to school. I want to go and get my degree. It's a lot of things that I started and never finished.
Right.
And so a lot of those things I want to complete.
Right.
Not necessarily to brag about a degree, but there's so many unfinished things in my
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah.
there's some things I want to
Yeah,
finish.
that's
that
how I felt
started.
when I went back to
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
You know, it wasn't to say, "Oh, look at me." It was like I
Yeah.
felt a sense of accomplishment
It's a sense of
when
accomplishment.
I finally
exactly.
did it and finished
Yeah.
it. You know, so I think that it's never too late. I
Yeah.
think we had this conversation
Yeah.
before. To find
As long as
something
it's
that
life,
you
it's never too
enjoy.
late.
Yeah. And to get it done, regardless, you might think it's ridiculous, but it very well may not be.
Right,
As long
right.
as you're happy and you're doing it. But I think that the whole dream thing, Pop, what?
I'm not listening.
Oh,
I'm listening
okay.
to you.
Well,
What's your dream? Pop?
yeah.
No, you said what stopped my dream.
Well, yeah.
What stopped my dream?
no, I know
he
what
said
I
the
said.
engineer.
That's what he said.
Right.
So let me speak for myself.
We only want you to speak for yourself.
So tell
Thank
me.
you.
So,
want you to
exactly.
speak for
But tell
yourself,
me you're
Pop.
not gonna answer my question and answer his question.
Okay.
Say that.
What was your question?
Forget it. Answer the engineer's question.
What stopped me from my dream
Thank you.
was fear.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fear. And the reason I received fear, because the reason I received fear is because I hung around with some dream killers.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh.
You know,
deep.
and when you grow up, when you're a child, you say, "Oh, I want to be this when I grow up. I want to be this." So then, parents sometimes or family members sometimes they give you fear. They, "Oh, how you gonna do that?" I know somebody that wanted to be an animal trainer growing up, and their parents told them, "Oh, raise no, you need to get a regular job and pay your bills," and kill their dreams. The way my dreams were killed, I hung around with people that didn't have a dream.
Right.
So they didn't have a dream.
So they didn't even know how to support yours
They
because they,
didn't
didn't
know-
even
yeah,
have
they
their
only
own.
could speak down. Now you can't do that.
Right,
You can't.
yeah.
Why you want to do that? Why you want to become that? Why you want
Yeah.
to? So that's how my dream is fear. And getting over fear now is difficult.
Yeah.
As you get older, you keep the fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
But one thing I do know is that one of your dreams was to have a podcast, honey.
I knew you was gonna go there.
Yeah. Yeah, and here you are. Here you are.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
I know. Here
so
you are.
scared.
And you're doing
But you're
a
doing it.
masterful
Yes,
job.
Thank
you are.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So somebody once said, set goals before you dream. It was a basketball player. I can't remember his name, but so now that's what I'm doing. I'm setting goals. So my goal is to have a podcast,
Right.
but my dream is for my podcast to go further
I got you.
than just
I got you.
at this table right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
So
Right.
yes, and the fear is right there.
And
course.
it took people to support you in that, to get
Dream
to
keepers,
keepers.
right?
Right.
Dream
That was-
protectors,
yeah.
people that
Yeah. That
like the
believe in
engineer
your
that
dream.
force you to do it even when you
Don't feel like it.
or you're afraid or you're afraid
And make
to
you
do
record like 5,000 episodes in one night.
it. Yeah, and get mad at
And you be tired and have no energy. And then he get mad.
Right.
exactly.
Right.
But
All of that.
All of that.
so as a parent, I tried not to be a dream killer. No matter
course
what my children
Yeah.
told me, I try to push them.
Yeah.
And
You know what? I think that's me, almost to a fault, because I get so caught up in the people that I love and care about and trying to help them to achieve their goals that I no longer focus on my own. I feel like at this point in this stage of my life, I felt like, I don't feel like that now, but I felt like, before I can do anything, I got to make sure my kids is good. Because I can't be somewhere and my kids ain't good. I have to know my kids are good. So I fight every day to make sure that their dreams and whatever it is that they want to do, I try to fight and support them in doing what they have to do, and in hopes that it's going to be my turn eventually. But what I realize now is that I have to take my turn.
Yes. I was going to say
I
that.
can't wait.
Right. Because
For
they may
anybody,
never give it
because
to you.
your kids are your kids, and they
Yeah.
go always mommy,
Right.
and I don't care how old they get. Well, I speak for my kids because some kids, they get it and they're gone. Like they doing their own thing. They don't need you. They just independent. And not to say my kids aren't independent, but they're very attached to me. And so therefore I'm like, okay, I gotta take my turn because
Right.
you know I felt like once my kids get grown, once they're like they're out of the house, and you know when me and my husband were together, then it'll be our turn, me and my husband.
Right,
Like
right.
then we could do what we want to do, and
Right.
because you know we didn't start out the conventional way where
Right.
it was just him and I first. No,
Right.
we had a ready-made family
Right.
when we started. So therefore, there was no time for just me and him. You know, we had to always incorporate the kids. You know,
Right.
and whatever it is we wanted to do. So I in my head, I'm saying, okay, gotta wait till these kids get grown, push them to their
Yeah.
destinies, and do what they gotta do. Even with him, even with my husband, you know, I felt I had to put my hand in his back. Failure's not an option for you. You have to make it.
Right.
You know, whatever I can do to help you, support you, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So always trying to be the one to help other people in their dreams and their goals, but forgetting about myself.
Right.
So at this point in this stage of my life, I have to take my turn.
Yeah.
I'm more unconventional. We try to dream together.
That's a
Everybody's
good thing.
dream. It's everybody's dream.
Yeah.
Whatever
Right.
one daughter
Yeah.
wants, we all dreaming it for.
Yeah,
Right,
We all find
absolutely.
information.
That's a good
Exactly.
thing.
We dream together.
That's a good
Right.
thing.
We a bunch of
That's a
sleep.
fa-
We sleep. Everybody else woke. We still dream.
That's
Right.
a family.
Right.
That's
we
a
tryna-
family.
We trying to reach some dreams that.
That's a family.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's what it's
I'm
supposed
trying
to be like.
Don't hate on your sister. Don't hate on your brother. Don't shut them down. They're gonna reach low points.
Yeah,
Pull them up. Don't
Yeah.
turn your back on them.
absolutely.
Let's dream. It's a question.
Wow.
Well, do you feel
Wow.
that most people blame other people when they don't reach their goals?
Yeah. Some
do you,
people.
and, do
Some
you,
people.
and do you think it's easy to point the finger?
Absolutely.
Definitely. And it's
Absolutely.
easier to point a finger than say I failed.
Right. Exactly.
You know, statements mean a lot. You know, so it's easier to say, if I hadn't listened to you, if you didn't do this, if you hadn't told me to do that, excuse
She's
me.
throwing her
I'm throwing
glasses.
yo.
She's passing.
No, wait, they cost a lot.
Oh shoot.
If I hadn't listened to you, it's easier to say that than to say, you know what, I failed.
Yeah.
I messed up.
Yeah.
It's easier to say that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's easier to the ears. It's easier. You won't feel as bad. You won't beat yourself up. But
That has an
sometimes you
expiration
need it.
date.
Yeah.
That has an expiration
Absolutely.
date. Because after a while, you're gonna be in a place where you have
Nobody
nobody
to
to
blame.
blame.
Exactly.
But
Just
you're gonna
yourself.
look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you're gonna say you did.
Yep.
You did this to yourself.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So they could point fingers and blame all they want. Mm-hmm. That is gonna have an expiration date on it.
And it's your
Absolutely.
life. You need to take control of it.
Do you feel that dreams are crushed or delayed by circumstance? You know, like in other words, because you hear like, oh, I grew up, you know, my mother was in the house or my father was in the house. Do you think that plays a determinant factor, or if somebody has a discipline, they can still push through that? Like as far as pursuing their dreams.
I think it depends on the mindset of that person, because some people will use that as a crutch. You know, but then I watch other people like yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say
Like
that.
yourself,
Yeah.
you know, you were not raised with your dad. You mind me telling this?
No, you got that part out.
Yeah.
A little
All
bit too late now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Listen,
You don't mind if I
I'm
talk
telling
about
your
it? I'm gonna
business.
talk
I
about it.
also used to be a stripper. since we put all the business in the street.
so you know you were not raised with your dad, right? But I watch you as a father, and you're a phenomenal father.
Yes.
You know, but someone else might use that as a crutch. Well, I didn't have a blueprint on what it was to be a father. No, you don't need a blueprint. No father has a blueprint.
Right.
You know, all you know is you love your kids and you don't want your kids to feel what you felt
So you gonna
when
be
you was
there.
a child. So
you
you're gonna
be
do
there.
better
Yeah.
for your children than you did for
Absolutely.
yourself. But everybody don't have that mental capacity. Everybody doesn't think like that.
You know what I respect? I respect when people come from a different country. they don't speak English. Their child learns English. Sometimes the parent takes the child to the doctor,
Yep.
and the doctor, the
Gotta
child
talk
has
to
to
the
Speak to
child.
the
interpret.
child,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you watch that child go get an education, learn English, get a degree,
Yes.
and become a professional.
Yes.
In what they had a mother that did
Non-speaking
not speak the
English
Absolutely.
parent
a parent that did not speak the language.
that had a
And
mediocre
that-
job.
I think what you asked, I think it could either drive you
Yeah.
or it could set you back.
Yeah.
It can
You
handicap
you choose. You can
Yeah.
use those excuses
Yep.
to hold you back, or you can use those
Absolutely.
excuses and step on them
Yep.
and make you bigger.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
One of my very close friends, she's of a Hispanic descent, and her parents were not wealthy people. Her father, I believe, was a cab driver, and her mom was like one of those maidens on the bus to watch the kids. So
yeah.
they didn't make a lot of money, but what they did for their children was they kept their children in private schools. They went to college. They got degrees, they got education.
Yeah.
And now my girlfriend is so intelligent. She's living beneath her. I hope she's listening because she's living beneath her privilege. She knows who I'm talking about because she's such an intelligent person and she has no business working for someone.
Right.
She should be the boss because
Little
that's
word,
how she
fear,
is.
Steph.
That's how
fear.
Well, she got into a job that started making her some money.
She settled.
Yeah, she got into a job that started making her some money and good money, decent money, and so she settled for that.
Right.
You know, where I watched. She went back. She got her degree because she stopped going to college, but she ended up going back. She got her degree. She's a rotary. A notary, and she's very intelligent. Like it's like when things come up, we like, okay, you go research it and do what you got to do and bring
Right,
it back so we
right.
can figure out if this is what we want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's good at that. She's good at fact finding. She's good at organizational management. She's good at this thing. And I'm like, why is it? She's so organized. She got everything written down on a piece of paper. She like when she has to see the doctor, everything is on paper.
Yeah.
When she has to have a conversation, business conversation, everything is written out on paper, and I mean it's itemized where it's like, well, dang, you did everything, didn't you?
Right.
So it's like when we go to her, like this, she wrote my she did a will for me, a living will for me, and I had her to notarize it because when I was going to Dubai,
Yeah.
just in case something happened to me while I'm out of the country, I need a living will. She wrote it for me. You should see it. It's amazing. I was like, okay, I'm good. You know, but you know, it's all according to that person and their perception of different things. You know how they perceive life.
Right.
I think people don't do things unless we've been programmed to only do things when somebody tells us to do it. Like
True.
if you want to work out, you will not wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go work out.
Right.
But if your supervisor asked you to come in at 6 o'clock in the morning,
What? I'm
you
going
will
to get that money. I'm
right,
going to get that
because
money.
we're so programmed
Yeah.
to do when somebody tells us to do something. Like you will not eat right on your own, but if the doctor tells you if you don't eat this, if you don't stay away from this, stay away from that, you're gonna have a problem. Then you do it. We are so programmed
Absolutely.
to do what people tell us to do, other than just be self-motivated and
Absolutely.
do it ourselves.
I don't have it. I could. The doctor could tell me, I could diet. I'm good at dieting, right? You tell me my regimen. This is what I can and can't have. You tell me we're gonna start such and such day. I could do that. I can't do it on my own. Though.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
If you tell me this is what we doing and this is how we doing it, if you map it out for me, I could do it.
Right.
No problem. But me doing it for myself, oh no. I'm going to eat a piece of that. Okay. I just need a little piece. Give me a little piece. I'm going to eat that. And I'm going to start again tomorrow. tomorrow never comes.
So what other dreams do you have, Pop, other than the podcast? Is there anything else?
Me, my dreams is for my. Right now, no.
No.
Nah, I don't have no dream. Let me think.
Is that something you want to do?
My dream is all for my children. My dream is to live, to see them fulfill their dream. That is my dream.
Of course,
Okay.
you want to see
That
the
is
fruit of your
that is
labor.
me. It's nothing that I dream about. Nah.
I dream of retiring from my job.
I think we all have that same dream.
I'm very close.
I don't
though.
think you could retire.
Who cares?
I don't think you will retire.
Listen, let me tell you something. Had my job not switched up some stuff on me, yeah, this would have been my year. I would have left this year. But I don't think there will be a time where I'm just not working, doing something. I want to retire from the job that I'm in right now.
And doing
do
something that you
something that
really
I
enjoy.
Right, so I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
I knew
Yeah.
that you're gonna be working.
Oh,
regardless.
absolutely. Because I'm a
Somehow.
worker. You know,
Jeez.
I don't know it any other way. I wish I did. I wish I was independently wealthy where I didn't have to, or I wish that I had a spouse.
But we
that
can
took me
start
out.
that.
Well,
You and
let
I
me-
had a
let me-
conversation. We can start
Wait,
that.
what's-
You
what
can
is your
start
dream,
that.
Sonia?
My dream? Well, the podcast was one. Right? I'm thinking of something else, and it's about to manifest. I just have to put it together, and we will have a conversation about it at another time. But I do have another dream, and also the dream, to watch my daughter
Of
be
course.
successful. I think that's every
You want to
parent's dream.
see the fruit of your labor.
But as far as for myself, there is something that I am pondering about and thinking about. And Poppy's up here looking like he's having a
Trying to think of
seizure.
my
I don't know what is going on.
Listen,
What is
It's
going on?
like dream is like dream goals. Yeah, but dream like dream. Nah,
I have a
don't
dream.
no- I don't.
I do.
Go ahead, Martin. What is it?
What I would love to do is open up housing for teen mothers.
And that can be done because you have a resource. You have a resource. We will talk about it later once
Okay.
these mics shut down.
Oh, no.
But you have a
I
resource.
didn't know I had a
You
reason.
do,
I
Anita.
I
You
ain't
do.
thought about it.
Well,
But
that's why. That's why
that's-
you have to have dream keepers in your world.
Right.
That's a dream of mine because I feel like I was a teen mother and I can identify with them. And growing up, when I had my son, my dad said, "Okay, leave your son and you can go to college." I wouldn't go because I felt like I did this to myself, and I'm not leaving my son with my dad because my dad was special. So no, I'm not gonna subject my son to my dad. But I feel like I had nobody to give me resources. My mom had already passed, so I had nobody to give me any. I had no resources to give me alternatives. I did not know you could take your child to college with you, and there's daycare in college. Certain colleges,
Right.
there's daycares for someone just like me. I didn't know that until my girlfriend had a baby, and she did the same thing. She took her baby with her. I didn't know. So I feel like if these teen mothers had resources, and because I know of a girl right now living in a shelter with her baby because her mom put her out because she was pregnant. And I said, wow.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
she's so
understand that.
pitiful. I don't understand it either because her mom had an apartment and her mom just bought a house. She kept the apartment and left the older brothers in the apartment, and her and whoever left and live in the house that they just purchased. So I'm saying, why would you put this girl out with a baby? So I just want teen mothers because they need guidance sometimes. They don't have the tools that they need to raise this baby, and to be able to allow them to continue to live life. You can't keep messing up,
Right.
but you can continue to go to school.
Life does not end because you have a kid.
It's going to be hard,
Yeah.
But you
Not
could
as
continue
easy.
to go to school.
Yeah.
You can graduate and get your education. You could go on to college. You could do what you got to do because I feel like I'm a success story.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 college graduates that I paid for,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm proud
Yeah.
because it's not common. I thought it was common. It took people telling me, "Wow, Anita,
That's uncommon.
I didn't know it wasn't common." Because what do you have children? What you got to take care of these kids. You got to help them become successful adults.
And also, you think it's common when you're around people that they're doing it.
yeah,
You're
I
around
guess so.
Sonia,
I just
she
thought.
did it. You're
Yeah.
around me.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
You're around Troy. He's headed for it.
Yeah.
So you like
Who's Troy? I'm Nate.
Troy.
Engineer.
He left.
Engineer.
Mr.
He left.
Engineer, Mr. Engineer.
Yeah, Mr. Well, whoever this guy
That
is
guy
in
over
front
there,
of me.
yeah.
Only know this Troy.
That other guy.
He's still doing it. So
That
when
other
you're
guy
around
that
people that's
takes
doing
mics.
that, it seems
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, I thought it was common. I thought, I didn't do anything extraordinary. I thought what I was doing was normal. This is what you do for your children.
Right.
You help them get through life. You teach them, you train them, you help them. I was trying to give them what I didn't get. I lost my mother at a young age. She was 17. She was 17. I was 17 when I lost my mom. So therefore, I lost her at a crucial point in my life. I'm pregnant with a child. I'm going into my senior year of high school, and I'm left here with my dad. I was like, Mom, why would you do this to me? Leave me with Daddy? But thank God for my aunts. Thank God for, friends and family members that, helped me get to where I got. But I thought what I was doing was normal. This is what parents do for their children. But now I'm seeing that
Not the case.
Yeah, some kids don't get that. And I just would like to be a tool or a catalyst to help some other teen mothers make it and survive and become a success story.
Dream keepers.
Yeah.
You wanna be a
Dream
keeper.
keepers.
Absolutely.
So y'all look for that.
Keepers.
Coming
Coming soon. Yes. Yes. Anybody want to help me? Send an email.
The truth is,
Truth is, go ahead.
1311
There you
at
go.
gmail.com.
Send me an email.
You have the resources.
If you know resources, help me out. Thank you.
Yeah.